Okay. So, Nandini Iyer, it is so cool of you to be willing to come down here and do a little discussion, because when I heard about the app you've created, I was incredibly impressed. But one of the things I love doing is highlighting our student leadership. And so let's actually, before we get to the app, let's just start with the issue. Like, why mental health? Like, where did your concern about that issue or interest in it come from?
Yeah, so mental health is kind of like one of the most rising issues in the U.S. today, and there are things, the lack of accessibility of mental health, it's really appalling because therapy costs like $100 to $200 per session in the U.S. And there are also like a lack of specialists and resources in the U.S. that are free. 73% of Americans live in mental health shortage areas. I actually found that out when I was creating a presentation for it. And so I just really wanted to solve the issue of providing free resources for mental wellness that our community can access, and they can find what de-stresses them through my app.
Yeah, finding the time, the people, the specialists, and the funding is a huge challenge, which is why the app you've created, SafeSphere, is so cool.
Thank you.
So describe the app, what it does.
So it's basically like a mood assessment along with activities and journaling. So the first screen would be kind of like like a screen asking how do you feel, and there are 6 faces going happiest to sad, so they can kind of choose from those faces. And based on the face you choose, there will be a different set of activities. And so some of those activities will be like exercising, drawing, YouTube, and we have a unique feature of journaling, which became really popular over COVID. I know I used it a lot because I heard that some people who couldn't access their therapist remotely because they didn't have stable Wi-Fi or whatever, use journaling as a way to kind of let out their feelings on paper. And so we decided to add that in after we built the initial prototype.
And is the journaling then saved so you could look back?
Yes.
That's something that you journaled? That's
so
pretty cool.
It's like kind of, you can look at the mood you associated with that journal too, because the context of you writing something while you're happy is way different than the context you write while you're sad. And so you can look back at those previous journals, and there's also a graph that kind of tracks your mood along the time you use the app. All the features are completely private, and I can't access any of that information of what they put in their journals, what moods they choose, what activities they access. We also offer a lot of mental health resources on the app, so that if you are struggling and need to reach out for professional support and need to see someone in person, we have a lot of mental health and substance abuse resources listed that are both local and national.
Now, are you personally making a ton of money from the app?
I am not. It is completely free.
You did, however, win an award from the Carlson School of Management at the University of Minnesota.
Yes.
In a competition. Tell me about that.
So it's called Minnesota Cup. It's kind of a community funded event. And so it's meant to kind of showcase startups or ideas of companies that are just getting started and need some seed money. And so you can compete there are 9 divisions. So there are 7 adult divisions, there's a college student division, and then a youth division, which I participated in. And so I became a finalist out of 11 other applicants, and then I won out of those 11 as well.
If you were gonna sort of give some advice to other students who have an idea, whatever it is, what is it that you would say to them to go from thinking about this thing to actually trying to do it?
I'd say just pursue it. Just try it, because when I started my app, I didn't think that it was gonna go anywhere. I didn't even think I would be publishing it on the web. But if you put in countless hours, and if you just try to make an effort and put yourself out in the community, it will work out for you. And there will always be people to help you. You'll always have, RPS has been great for me. I actually connected with Mr. Ruffin at first, and he really helped me spread the word about it. And that's kind of how I landed where I am now. And so it's been great. You can always find opportunities out there to kind of exemplify your voice more, I guess. So
we are just this year kicking off the development of the youth voice and leadership part of our strategic plan, because we want it to be a major emphasis. We're going to start with high school. We want to get to middle school and elementary, but we really want to create more space for students to, first of all, the youth voice pieces, are my perspectives on school being heard, captured, whether it's a survey or a focus group or just a conversation. And then youth leadership, meaning doing things like what you've done, where students are actually saying, I want to create this, or I want to change this, whether it's in my school or in the community or with an app, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, of course.
So you're a good exemplar of what we hope to be empowering a lot more students to do.
Yeah, and I hope I get to see that more, and I think a lot of students have really good ideas, but they don't recognize that that could become a product, or it could become something more than just a thought that you observe.
Well, thank you again for
Yeah.
everything that you're doing on behalf of mental health, and great example of the unbelievable students that we have in Rochester Public Schools. I mean, I am continually blown away. And not just by high school students like Nandini, but our elementary schools, middle schools. We are so fortunate to have students who literally are going to change the world. And so it's pretty exciting to have the chance to meet them and cheer them on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. You heard her here first. You saw her here first.